The graph below is the function f of x. Find the limit as x approaches 3 from the left-hand side. So make sure you understand the notation. This negative that's superscripted onto the 3 tells me that I'm approaching x equals 3, and I'll just put in a line here to indicate where that x equals 3 is, because x equals 3 really is the graph of a line. And I'm approaching 3 from the left-hand side, so as I approach 3 from the left, so values that are smaller than 3, but getting closer to 3, what I want to know is what's happening to the y values. So as these values here get closer and closer to 3, the y values start negative, but then they start increasing quite rapidly. And as we get closer and closer to 3, they're actually running off to infinity. So that is going to positive infinity. And that's the answer to this particular question. Now, you must be careful in determining something that does not exist versus something that is infinite. So when we're talking about left-handed limits, right-handed limits, as long as we have rational functions at least, we can always be guaranteed that the left and right-hand limits are going to exist. There's certain conditions where a left or right-hand limit might not exist, but for the most part, you can almost always count on that. When you have does not exist, that's usually reserved for the final answer when you're trying to determine if the limit at a specific point exists or not. And that's when you compare the left-hand limit to the right-hand limit and then make a decision.